Okay, today I'm gonna talk about how to use MySQL injections and how to defend about it. Now, first, to give a brief introduction to MySQL injection, one has to know how to use MySQL injection, and in order to do that, he needs to know how to use MySQL first. Now, let's say in any arbitrary site which uses a username password to successfully authenticate a person who has logged in, this could be one possible way of authenticating a person. Let's say $query equal to MySQL query of select username from users where UID equal to $_post, the post variable which captured the user ID as entered by the user, and password equal to $_post of PWD. Now, if this query runs successfully, if $query, then the user has successfully logged into the server, else not. Now, the place where MySQL injection comes into play is when a user can enter something other than a valid username or password in the place where he is expected to. Like in this place, it would be where UID equal to $post of UID or the password $post PWD. Now the user can enter something where it would be his password and can include something else like where, or since we already have a where clause, or 1 equal to 1. Here the case is that 1 equal to 1 is always true, and that being or in the where clause will always result in a true query, which means in this case the user is always logged in. This would happen only in places where we can enter anything other than the username or password, that is, command which is sensitive to MySQL. Let's consider an example now. Let's go to a site, let's say etudep.org/rclogin.php. This takes us to the Punjab Technical University site. So now here, let's say we log in as RC. Now the username, in place of the username, I first put in the code whereby I'm ending the entry for the username and continuing with the rest of my query. So now here I can say having 1 equal to 1 minus minus. Minus minus indicates the end of the MySQL statement, and any password. Let's say what happens. Okay, so it gives us with a MySQL server error. It says that the column rcusers.password is invalid in the group by clause. So let's try adding that this time. So let's say group by rcusers.password and any password. Okay, again there's a MySQL server error, but this time it says rcusers.userid is invalid. So now let's just go back and add that to the group by clause. Let's add rcusers.userid. Okay, again and add the password. And this time we are given yet another error saying column rcusers.rc code is invalid in the group by clause. So let's go back and add that again. rcusers dot .rc code, and then again an arbitrary password. Well, this MySQL query successfully ran in the server because we did not receive any MySQL errors. So this means that this site is prone to MySQL injection since we successfully ran a query in the server. So now let's try inserting our own username into the server. Let's say insert into users. No, the table was called RC users values. Let's give an ID, let's say as my ID, and a password of ASDF, and my name, okay, as hacker, and null. This semicolon here that we added in the beginning is to terminate the previous MySQL statement so that we can start a whole new statement that is an insert statement. And we've terminated this too. Let's terminate the MySQL command and a password, any arbitrary password again, let's say ASDF. Let's remember our user ID that we created here. If it were to be created, it's my ID with the password of ASDF and username hacker. Okay, let's go. Well, this query also successfully ran in the server, which means that we successfully insert a new user into the server. Let's try logging in as that new user, which was my ID, my password ASDF. Well, what do you know? We have successfully logged into the site. It says welcome hacker, and we have everything else that a default user in this site has. Isn't that cool? We just used SQL injection to insert a new user into the site of Punjab Technical University.